Hi, I'm Sameer Jain here at the Saatchi Gallery at Sloane Square in London. So you see some beautiful pieces of art here, and the interplay between all of these elements of art is a language with which to discuss and analyze works of art. So the principles of art are things like movement, unity, harmony, variety, balance, contrast, proportion, pattern, texture, form, space. I could go on, color, value, line. But how do you best define the term art? That is the question. How best to define the term art is a subject of constant contention. Since conceptual art and postmodern theory came into prominence, pretty much anything can be termed art. So the decorative arts, as we understand them, add aesthetic and design values to the subject that we use every day, such as, say, a glass or a chair. And now, of course, you have things even like art therapy that focus on the therapeutic benefits of art making using different methods, theories. So I guess it can be said that the fine arts represent an exploration of the human condition, and in some ways they are also an attempt to arrive at a deeper understanding of life. So the meaning of art is often shared between different members of a given society, and a lot of it really depends on cultural context. And some purposes of art, and this is a great piece of art, it could be to express or communicate emotions or ideas. Here the dark colors would invoke, I guess, darkness. And to be able to explore and appreciate formal elements for their own sake or to serve as a representation. My own view is art at its simplest is a form of communication and means whatever it is intended to mean by the artist, or it also lies in the eye of the beholder. So in a piece like this, beauty and art can be difficult to put into words due to a seeming lack of accurate language, and we just cannot make an aesthetic judgment. An aesthetic judgment cannot be an empirical judgment, but it must instead be processed on a more intuitive level. So if you're a purist, you would say that aesthetics is the branch of philosophy that deals with nature, with the appreciation of art, taste, and it is, I guess, central to any exploration of art. Immanuel Kant said the aesthetic experience of beauty is a judgment of the subjective but common human truth. For Schopenhauer, aesthetic contemplation of beauty meant the freest and the most pure and truthful form that intellect can be, and therefore it is beautiful. Frank Wilczek has his own views on what is beauty. So art is often intended to appeal to and connect with human emotion. And for different people, these pieces evoke different emotions. For example, in ancient Greece and Rome, there was no word for artist, but they were the 9 muses who oversaw a different field of human creation that was related to music, to poetry, and there was really no muse for visual arts. And during the Middle Ages, the word artista referred to something that resembled a craftsman. So the first division into major and minor arts goes back to the 1400s. Some people say it started with the work of Leon Battista Alberti, and I'll be showing you that later. So the European academics of the 16th century formally solidified the gap between the fine and the applied arts, which exist in varying degrees even to this day. So currently, and if you are here in this wonderful Saatchi Gallery, An artist can be defined as anyone who calls himself or herself an artist.